Yep.
So all I knew was that, you know what I'm saying? And I love you because you held it down and like you did what you had to do. But imagine you never had
child point of view.
Growing up in the unforgiving slums of Atlanta, Lil Scrappy was dealt a tough hand from the start. His childhood was anything but normal. Raised by a woman the world would come to know as Mama D, Scrappy's early years were shaped by struggle, sacrifice, and survival. Mama D didn't work a 9-to-5. Instead, she ran a brothel doing whatever it took to keep food on the table and the lights on. There was no softness, no time to be a kid. Scrappy learned early, life isn't kind. You either harden up or get swallowed whole. His only escape? Music. In the early 2000s, Lil Jon, the king of crunk, discovered his raw energy and gave him a platform. Tracks like Head Busa and No Problem weren't just club bangers, they were survival anthems. Every lyric was a battle cry. Scrappy wasn't just rapping. He was fighting, but success doesn't erase trauma, even as the lights of fame shone brighter. Scrappy's demons followed. His pain betrayals, heartbreaks, broken homes played out in full view on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Viewers saw the cracks every time he tried to climb higher, only to be dragged back by ghosts from his past. And now, that pain has deepened with a new heartbreak, one that's personal. One that cuts deeper than any betrayal ever could. To understand why this moment is so shattering, we have to rewind. Born Daryl Raynard Richardson III on January 19, 1984, Scrappy entered a world already crumbling. His father left while he was still in diapers, and that left Mama D, a single mother in survival mode, to raise him her way in a world of addiction, danger, and despair. There were no bedtime stories, no warm dinners, just the reality of the streets. Scrappy grew up watching drugs sold, women exploited, and lives exchanged for money. While other kids learned how to ride bikes, Scrappy learned how to stay alive. By the age of 9, he was writing music not for fame, but to release the pain. His lyrics bled desperation, truth, and the need to be heard. When Love and Hip Hop Atlanta introduced him to the world, fans didn't just see a rapper. They saw a wounded soul. Beneath the tattoos and chains was a boy who had never been allowed to feel safe. We saw Mama D's explosive arguments, the tears behind the cameras, the emotional breakdowns, and most haunting of all, the silence that spoke louder than any scene. Then came 22 to that year, in one of the rawest moments reality TV has ever seen. Scrappy finally confronted Mama D on camera in front of millions. He broke down, he cried. He confessed to a lifetime of hidden pain growing up in violence, surrounded by drugs, and never truly knowing what love felt like. For once, the armor cracked. It was unforgettable. And yet, even that moment couldn't prepare him for what came next. In a heartbreaking blow, Scrappy lost the one person who had loved him unconditionally, his grandmother. She wasn't just family, she was home. She didn't belong to the chaos. She didn't bring the drama, she was peace. His angel. Her death shattered him. Scrappy fell silent. No shows, no posts, nothing. When he finally spoke, it was through raw, soul-crushing Instagram captions that brought fans to tears. I feel broken. Lost. Like, I can't breathe, one fan wrote. You can feel the pain in every word. Another said, take your time, Scrappy, Granny's watching, you know. But the sorrow kept coming. His marriage with Bambi, already fragile, began to fall apart. Fans had seen their love story evolve: passion, kids, arguments, reconciliations. But love alone wasn't enough. Scrappy, wounded by a lifetime of pain, couldn't build a healthy future on such a broken foundation. I need to heal before I can love, he once admitted. His heart, molded for war, didn't know how to rest in love. While he grieved his grandmother, battled depression, and tried to salvage a collapsing marriage, Scrappy was enduring a personal war no camera could capture. Yes, he was still performing. His appearances on the Millennium Tour with Bow Wow and Carrie Hilson reminded the world that the Prince of the South still had fire, but the real battles weren't on stage. They were inside him. This wasn't the first time tragedy knocked on his door. In 2018, Scrappy survived a near-fatal car crash in Miami. He collided with a pole, suffered severe injuries, and was bedridden for weeks. That accident was a wake-up call, a pause that forced him to confront the pain he had buried for decades. Since then, he's been fighting not for fame, but for peace, therapy, honest conversations, letting go of toxic cycles. He's not just a rapper, he's a man on a mission to break generational curses. To raise his kids differently, to feel the love he never received. The unraveling of Lil Scrappy isn't weakness. It's power. In a world obsessed with perfection, filters, and flexing for social media, Scrappy's authenticity shines like a rare gem.